And we are back with a very special edition of the Boss Bus Between the Cheeks podcast with the one, the only DJ GriG.
Hey, let's go.
How you doing, man?
Welcome, GriG.
I'm doing fantastic. I'm very happy. I made it here and through the snow and everything. I was really happy.
He had to walk like almost a good mile. He parked like the farthest possible away, and I just see his video, and I'm like, oh no, this man's gonna be cold.
Yeah. I was looking for a parking lot and it seemed like pretty busy here, so I had to drive a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, I had a coat on though.
Yeah, that's good. That was good. Yeah.
I'd say first thing that people probably want to know is, who are you?
So I am a DJ producer from Romania. I came here in the United States 6 years ago. Originally, I've been a tennis player. That's what I did for my whole life. Almost 14 years of my life I've been playing tennis.
Wow.
Yeah, and I had a thought of being a DJ, but I never had the thought of actually producing music. Originally, I just wanted to be a DJ. But then it elevated here, and then for the last 2 years I've been like DJing and producing music.
Yeah. Congratulations on 300,000 on
Thanks.
Spotify for In the
Thanks.
Darkness. That was
Yeah.
super cool. I saw that.
I was really excited because it was like my first song I ever made. So to release a song, and first time I released it, Spotify wouldn't show you how many streams you have if it's under 1,000.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, let's get it to 1,000, so at least it looks cool, because like if it's under 1,000, you don't know if the person has like 3 streams or 800, you know what I mean? So I was like, for people to know how many streams, it needs to be above 1,000, and that took forever. Like it took me more than a month to just get like 1,000 streams on it. And then we celebrated getting over 1,000, and then I called this guy that's in Romania. He has some connections. He's my manager right now. His name is Cosmin Panait, and it's not that, I mean, it's very close to me, but he helps me like from distance. He's not like physically close to me because he actually lives in Romania. But he helped me with like some connection and stuff, and I was like, look, if you help me promote this song and get to like 10,000 views, I'll give you a bonus in dollars. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was like, for him sounded very exciting, because like to get paid from America and Romania, where the currency is a lot lower, like the same of like $100 in America means a lot of money in Romania,
Right.
So it was very worth the hassle for him,
Yeah.
And then he was like, okay, I just have to get like 10,000 streams. And then once I got 10,000 streams, it took like 3 months for all of it. And then I was like happy with it, I was like, okay, we wanted 1,000. And then I just found a guy and he helped me promote, and we get it to 10,000, And then for like a week or two, it didn't have any big rise, like maybe 11 or 12,000 streams. And then somehow all of a sudden, it started working in Germany, where it was really out of nowhere, you know what I mean?
And just
like
in a different network, basically, where it just like immediately expanded all at once.
And I wake up one day because like it's release radar, so Spotify pushes it every Monday, your song on release radar. So one morning I wake up on release radar and I see like 3,000 streams in one day from Germany, and I see like Munich, all of them. I was like, damn, like this is crazy, you know what I mean? Like I felt really lucky about it. And since then we pretty much didn't do a lot, but I tried to put my description on Spotify for your Spotify hot pick in German language or sometimes German related, So maybe that triggered a little bit. And then I found this playlist push and submit hub, some platforms to send it to online radios or online Spotify playlist in Germany. So I just promoted in Germany my song since then, honestly. That's been the country. Ads on YouTube, everything in Germany. And I had like really good response. And Spotify kind of helped me out, figure out where my song was good, because initially I wouldn't like out of so many countries in this world, to pick up
Yeah.
Germany to promote your song.
Right.
You know why?
That's
you know?
crazy.
Yeah. So that's where my listeners are right now. You
Well,
know.
shout out to Germany.
Yeah.
Shout out to the German
Germany.
GriG listeners.
But,
You guys are great.
yeah.
Yeah, it's really interesting to think about how platforms can track like the different places that your listens are coming from, and then they can be like, hey, like all of this song, all of your listeners are coming from even just like this region, but like to be able to specify it to a country and then do that with all of your songs, you can almost figure out like, okay, the vibe that I'm putting into these kind of songs are going to be popular in this area.
Yeah.
You know, and like, you know, that's interesting to think about what technology can do for the platform of artists making new kinds of music, because they can actually target their audience without having to, you know, guess. Like there's actual stats that tell them like, you know, this is your target audience for what you're making right now, you know?
Yeah.
Speaking of stats, shout out to the 3% of listeners that listen to our podcast in Germany. So we're just gonna push on Germany.
In Germany, that's what's up.
That's what's up.
That's what's up, yeah.
How was it? I mean, you said you came to Romania 6 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How was Romania? I've never met really I've met one person that was born in Romania and came to the United States, but now you're the second. So how was
That's
it?
good. So Romania it's a nice country. I love it. I love it there. One of the main reasons I moved to America was because of opportunity. You know, in Romania, the budget to everything is very limited. But at the same time, the lifestyle it's easier. Like day-to-day expenses are small. You know, like food, rent, and stuff like that. That's like really small amounts of your salary. You know, compared with here. So it's easier to live day to day. But if you want like an iPhone, there's no way. Like you have to be like really wealthy in Romania to get an iPhone. You know what I mean?
Because like technology, anything that's like, you know, of like they're having to import from somewhere else, like the price on that is like super high. Because I noticed that when I went to Mexico, like and like say PSPs, like DSs, iPods, cars, things like that. Like the price tag was like tens of $1,000s more for like a car, which is, you know, you think about that here, it's like, why? But like for them to get that there, they have to pay more because they don't order as many down there because not as many people are buying.
Exactly,
you know?
exactly. And Mexico is still like close to here, like they don't have to cross the ocean and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So any technology that's like worldwide technology is really hard for Romanians to afford it. You know, so like you can't really have a studio. You can't like it's very hard here. It was easier, but the main reason I moved here back then wasn't music, was tennis. You know, and it's the same stuff with tennis. Like when I moved to America, there were 3 tennis courts that were like hardcore, like green set, like not clay. You know, like how you can find in America everywhere.
Yeah.
But in my whole country were 3 courts in the whole country, and there were 2 in the capital in Bucharest and 1 in my town. That's it. Wow. So you know what I mean? Like you live from a country with 3 tennis courts, and you come to a different country where the high school in the middle of nowhere has 12.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And Romania as a country isn't like a huge country either. It's as big as maybe a state or 2 in the United States. Like as far as like landmass, maybe 3.
Something like that, depends. It's I think it's smaller than Texas. Let's put it like that.
Yeah, it's like a little bit bigger than Texas. Like,
smaller, maybe.
It's I think okay, so
somewhere around there.
Okay, yeah. So if you look at the size of that too, like to think like okay, in this place everything like they have lower access to everything. Everything's like, you know, lower cost. Everything that they're doing, like they're not investing as much money into it because they're just, you know, the economy is just, you know, not as inflated as everywhere else. Like it makes sense that you guys would have less of those there, but it also like, you know, makes sense where you guys would be reaching out to go to different places where there's like you know, here there's more infinite access. There's like the like you said, the green tops, like there's just in like Omaha, there's like you can find
everywhere.
You know what? Probably has like 5,000
of those. Exactly. You know, and with music is the same. Like if you wanna promote music worldwide, it's the same price that you would pay in America or in Romania. It doesn't matter where you are located. If you want to promote worldwide, the ads on YouTube cost the same amount, you know? So So, you know,
Yeah,
if
so
you
it's
go
like-
low income in Romania, then it's hard to get
Yeah.
worldwide, you know. But
Yeah,
from
so if
America,
you're
it's
making
easy.
music there, it's easier for you to come here and promote back in your hometown because
Yes.
you can make more money here too and put into promoting for like you know in,
Yeah.
in general. Yeah, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah, you know,
Yeah.
so, and it also helps me sell better because in America, it's sold really good, like, oh, DJ from Romania.
Yep.
And in Romania, it's so like, oh, this is a Romanian DJ that lives in America. Every Romanian wants to be in America. So just by moving here,
Generating interest.
I win in both countries. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, so
smart.
I felt really happy to have that opportunity and being able to use it, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I remember one of the first times I went to Karma, I came on a Thursday night, and it was college night, and I saw you play, and I was like, oh my god, this place is packed. This place is literally packed. I've never seen it like this. Like you, was that the first place you started playing in Omaha?
Yeah. That was the first place I started DJing at, and it's very funny because there's a lot of like there's big competition. You know, there's a lot of DJs, and there's a lot of DJs that are decently established in the cities. Like that's the circle. You know,
people know them. They have a following. You know.
Yeah, it's super hard to like penetrate it. You know,
Yes.
to get into it.
Agreed.
So one of my biggest advantage was programming lights, if you can believe it.
Do you know how to work the lights when you're out there too?
Yes.
Okay.
So like that, like if people ask me right now, like, hey, how do I get gigs? I'm like, just learn how to program lights. You know what I mean?
Yep.
There's way less people that can like do lights like good enough and do the whole thing, like from connecting them together to programming them and running them. It's like 3 phases, you know.
Yep.
It's how you would say an artist like producing and performing, you know what I mean? So if you get an artist that has both, that's an advantage, you know.
Yep.
So I went to Karma, and I know about speakers too because I was building my own studio, so I started learning how audio works, signals, and I loved technology my whole life. So I went to Karma and I was like, hey, look, I found these lights, I found this, and you guys already have these lights. I can repair a couple. They had like 8 lasers just thrown in a corner that none of them was working.
I saw that. I
You know,
remember
like
that.
all those lasers were like all broken
Yep.
in a corner. So I was like, okay, like out of 8 lasers, we need to make one work. There's no way all 8 have the same problem. You
Yeah.
know, so I stayed there one night. I told the owner back then, I was like, hey, can I like spend the night here and figure out what it is? And tomorrow morning, I'll be here. Like, I'm not doing anything, you know. He was like, very likely he trusts me. He let me there. And when he came in the morning, I had like 3 lasers out of those 8 already hanged, mounted and programmed, you know. So when he saw that the next day, he gained like complete trust in me to help him with the rest of the lights, you know.
Right.
So then I start modernize everything, designed all the lights and stuff, and then I was in, you know, like they all of a sudden I did something that benefited me on Thursday and something that created a job for me Friday and Saturday because they needed someone to run them.
True.
You know, so like that, I got involved over there and I started making money to survive, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like weekend I was just a light guy, and then Thursday was like my own party.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Literally.
you know what I mean?
I actually remember meeting you with Nick at Karma
Yeah.
after you started doing lights, before you started DJing. In the back,
Yeah.
I think, like back in the
So-
in the loft.
I think, yeah.
That's- You've grown a lot since then too. I mean, you basically
yeah.
took Karma's college night and just moved it just like
Yeah.
a little west. Like it is still so packed every
Transfer
single time.
venues, just
Yeah.
but still get same kind of turnout, like
Mhm.
same kind of like vibe there. It's really nice because there's not a lot of places you can go to in a venue right now and still get that same kind of like the energy, the heat
Yeah.
inside of the air. Like for the first time I went there, I was like, wow, like I wore all these clothes and I was
Yeah.
sweating. Like
was
I've been out listening to music and stuff at bars,
Yeah.
and I had it's it's really
Yeah.
chill. But I'm like, wow, it's
Like,
hot.
like, yeah, when you get like a mass of people jumping and doing stuff, I feel like no matter where you are, what hall you go to, how much AC they have,
it's hot.
It's always gotta get hot, you know?
Yeah, but that's how you know if it's like the show's like heated up. Like, there's good energy at the show. Because if everybody's just steaming as they're walking around, that means that everybody's having a good time.
Yeah.
So that was like my first like distinction to where I was like, wow, this is like this is actually lit. Like when I got here, because like I can't cool off. I'm in the very back like trying to cool off, and I'm dripping sweat.
Yeah.
So.
Same. I think ever
and
since.
Shout out to all the other DJs that perform there too. They've all been doing really well.
What's
the guy's name? I think it's Isaiah, but I might be wrong.
Yeah.
I love him.
So
he does really well.
Isaiah is playing there with Louis. Louis is his friend.
Mm-hmm.
They play together back and back. 1 week one week the other, or together. They are really good friends. And I kind of like took them under me to help me with everything, and I'm trying to like teach them a lot about a lot of stuff that I know, and in the same time it's good for them too, because they get connections, that before they didn't have, like they've been asking this guy at Rhythms to let them DJ for like I think 2 years now, and and if you go to like club emails and stuff, man, they'll have like thousands of emails with people, hey, can I play, or this is me, So I understand even from the club perspective that you can't physically reply to everyone and still manage a club. So for them, they got in touch with me, then we connect, they help me promote too, and I'm trying to like teach them almost everything I know, so they can take over after, So that's the move with them.
Yeah.
That's good. I mean, you taking people under your like wing and showing them all the things you've learned. That's awesome. That's like goals of what like if any like I would love to teach somebody the things I've learned, and that just feels so nice to like make them happy and help them out. It's so cool.
Really cool of you to like be coming into the scene so quickly too, and to be like trying like as soon as you're in, you're like, okay, I feel comfortable with my footing here, like, but now that I'm comfortable and I'm still learning it with my own footing, like let me teach some other people too, like where it's like, okay, I need to do more, like we're just like constantly hungry to be doing more for the scene, which is, it's admirable, because like a lot of people like where we all do like try to do stuff for the scene, but like to be doing the one thing that you chose, like okay, like I try to do flow arts, or I try to promote, like, to be able to do that and then just keep trying to look for more things is really, big, That's not, a lot of people don't have the energy or the time to do that. So it's cool that you choose to do that,
Yeah, and I don't know, I think it's also part of that, maybe more European mentality, because like, man, I don't know in Europe, because I've been DJ, so I did DJ a little bit when I was 16 back home, 15 turning 16 back home in Romania, but my parents really didn't want me to DJ because it's complete different lifestyle. Like party starts midnight, ends up at like 6-7 a.m. Which is dope, but I was playing tennis in the same time, and that my parents
school do
exactly
all that
so that's not working anymore, what I mean? So because like you are busy like Thursday, Friday until 7-8 a.m., then you sleep during the day, and your whole schedule for the week gets messed up. So my parents didn't let me do that anymore. But in Romania, like every DJ that you met and you think is cool, they will all try to like help each other, man. Like even if they didn't know that much, it's like, hey, look, I know this club owner, let me introduce you to him and come DJ with me a little bit, or I'll act like I'm a little busy and you have to DJ for half hour and try to do your best, like everyone try to like help each other, you know what I mean?
Player vibes where everybody's just like, trying to be really peaceful and do respect. Everybody's trying to pass on, the same vibes that they get from the
exactly. So here, like I came and I saw that like, okay, I learned this, or like, hey, let me show these guys how to do it too. Because like sometimes here when I started myself, I got more the vibe of, man, this guy is just coming in, okay, let's see how we can do something to stop him or something, you know what I mean?
It's really like cutthroat competitive. It's not like it's like loving, which is understandable, because where it's like it's almost like business, like transitions like straight into the music, which it makes sense, but at the same time It's
Yeah,
not really
it
where
depends.
like it's not where the scene came from. Like you know,
Yeah,
where it
yeah,
originated over like in Europe. Like it
Yeah.
was always about like everybody trying to hold each other up.
Help
like,
each other up. Yeah, exactly. They take really business driven, you know.
Yeah.
Which both of them are good, you know.
Yeah,
but-
no, it makes sense,
yeah,
but it's
makes
also it's
sense.
just like where you're looking at it like knowing like coming from where all of it started at. Like you're just like, all right, this is this is a little bit different than what it's supposed to be. Yeah.
Different. So I had this experiment at Karma, which was amazing, but it's fine. There was this event at Karma. It was like a 2-day party over the weekend, and I knew I programmed all lights because I had them Thursday working perfectly, and then these guys on the weekend did extra decorations, and they were really mad that for some reason they had to pay for me. I don't know what was the deal, but the deal was like, if you want lights and you guys rent the venue, you have to pay for the light guy too, you know what I mean? So they really wanted to mess with me, and I come, you know I had everything set up, so I know event starts at 9. I came at like 8:30 and everything was plugged in. Like all I have to play is like start, and then everything was supposed to work. But while they decorated during the day, for some reason, I don't know who, I don't know how, someone changed the address at all the lights. Like all the lights behind them had a different number. They skipped some, they missed some, I'm not gonna lie, you know, like out of 20, they missed like 4 or 5 maybe, but I come there, you know, and I was like, okay, these guys are gonna pay less, but it's whatever, we are all having fun, I'm not complaining, I have something to do, you know, it's dope, let's have a good party. They're like, oh, okay, I hope you do great, you know, I was like, thank you, you too, you're the DJ, you know, like you too. So I go there and he's like, you ready? I'm like, yeah, I'm ready. And I go full blue and the lights go weird. And I'm like, wait a second. You know what I mean? But I was lucky because I programmed them, so I knew immediately how to fix it. Like it took me like 15 minutes to fix it, you know. But if I wouldn't be the one who programmed, then I'd be just the one who performed like how it's right now. I start doing lights in more venues, and then I just send my friends, be like, hey, go run the lights over there. They don't know how to program them, you know, they just know how to perform them. So if they go there and they don't work right away, they're stuck, you know what I mean? So I was lucky that time, you know what I mean?
Real.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? But I was like, man, like, come on.
Was that the Candyland show? Where
I don't know. Maybe. I don't remember.
There was a lot of shows.
A lot of shows that are really good.
It was so great. That's crazy though. Yeah, I'm glad you were you and able to fix it.
Yeah,
Goodness, that's a prank, but in like a oh no, this is not okay.
It's not okay. Yeah.
There was like, I can fix this, but like, why?
Why? You know
How do I do this?
Yeah, and it's like you get like every time I go to the club, it's kind of like different because like, so if I go there, it's my show. It's gonna be stressful. Like if it's my show, I know I'm gonna sweat. Like I can't go for my show when I know I promote and be dressed like in a suit or like somewhere nice and know that I'm not gonna have to run, jump, put wires, yell at 3 people, hey, put that, oh, we don't have ice, oh, the VIP is, oh, music not working, or 3 lights over there, the cable unplugged, you know, or like, I know it's gonna be like that, you know, but like, if it's someone else's show, I'm way more relaxed. Or at the door, tickets, oh, a ticket doesn't scan. Okay, this person bought it, or is faking it that he bought it, or what's the story, or do we still let him in, or like a lot of stuff like that, you know. So like it's very stressful when it's your show.
Well, it's not just performing; it's management.
Everything, you know what I mean? Yeah. And then you have to go DJ. So I'm like, okay, I have this in mind. Now go out of it and then come back to it. You know what I mean?
You have 2 jobs at once.
It's a job at once, yeah. But if it's someone else's show, I'm like, okay, tonight is relaxed night. They take care about everything. All I have to do is lights. I'm gonna get dressed nice and just come and play with the lights and have fun. Maybe have a friend, you know. But you come there to have fun, and then you realize you have to do so much extra work, you know. It's like, okay, this guy can't do this. So it's like, oh, okay, I'll do it. But I got dressed to not sweat today, you know. But it's fine. I'll go up and sweat and do stuff. That's cool. Yeah.
That's a lot of stress, dude. I completely feel that. The few shows that like we've put on just us, like, and then had other people on, a lot of stress.
Yeah.
It's so worth it at the end of the night, but during it you're like,
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah, at the end feels like, yo, I did it. Like,
Yeah.
you did it. We did it. Like,
Yup.
this is us. Like, you know, so it's really, it's feeling way different, you know.
Man, speaking of shows, what do you got going on? What's coming up soon, man?
So it's exciting. It's exciting. So we have this Halloween party this Thursday at Rhythms that I'll be honest, like, it never happened in my life to sell tickets like this Thursday. I don't know what it is, but because I always try to promote online, so that helps in more ways. But I'm always pro selling online. I'm always pro selling online the whole show if you can.
Yeah.
And not having to worry about at the door, you know.
Yep.
Some people like more at the door, they think that more money or whatever. You know, different reasons.
Guaranteed money though before the show even starts.
You know,
awesome.
Yeah, you know, I like that more, you know, sold out, so no one worry about anything. So, yeah, so usually my target is when I release an event, every time I release is on Sunday, my target is like to make some cheap tickets and give away, but not give away because they still pay for it, like $5, you know what I mean? But like at least 20 tickets to sell out, you know, on the day that I release the event. That's what my target is. So like, if I do that, then I'm good, you know. Unfortunately, the week before, there's been so much stuff going on for this upcoming week that I didn't have time to focus about the week before, you know, which was a little bit sad, but it's cool because this Sunday when we released the event, I was like, okay, Halloween is gonna be bigger, so I created like 50 pre-sale tickets, and they sold out in like 30 minutes.
Dude.
I'm not gonna lie, like I don't think it was even like 30 minutes. I think like and I released the event late at night. I was so pissed because I was like, okay, I'm getting on board and I'm gonna wake up 8, and by like noon or 1 p.m. the event should be released, all platforms, website, everyone should know they have to post at 1. And it just come out, oh, come to this, oh, we need this. I had outside the house jobs, then I come in the house, I start programming the event, I finish around 5, creating the event on all the websites, because it's on like 3 websites, on my website, on Rhythm website, on Eventbrite, I put it on a couple platforms. And after I finish the event, I start telling people, hey, post at 8, post at 8, post at 8. And then at 8 I released the event, and at like, I don't know, 8:30 maybe, let's say 8:30, I had like 50 tickets sold, you know. And I was like, because I took a break, you know, I was like, okay, we released the event, relax for a half an hour, 1 hour, you know. And then the people that were promoting for me are like, hey, your website is now working. I was like, damn it, bro.
Oh, no.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, come on, I just worked all day. Like, no. And I go on the website and I was like, yes, it's not working because I created just 1 ticket. I didn't expect everything was gonna sell like that. You know, I expect, okay, let them pre-sale, and in tomorrow morning I'll go and create the general admission ticket too. So then I'm like, damn it. So I posted everywhere that like pre-sale are gonna be until midnight, but there are no more pre-sales. So call the owner of Rhythms, be like, hey, look, this is what happened, what do we do? Like, we tell people no more because or we tell them, okay, let's give away more pre-sale tickets, you know. So it was convincing with the club owner to give away more tickets, pre-sale. And then I was like, we don't know how many are gonna sell. Like, now if this got momentum, let me try to amplify it even more and see what can we get out of it. So I create tier 2 and tier 3 of another 50 tickets each that were like $6 and $7, the other 2 tiers. And I start promoting, and I start like promoting even more. I didn't take any break. And around, I think around 11:20, like half hour before midnight, the tier 2 sold out too. So that's like 100 tickets, you know, in like less than 4 hours. And then we sold like 30 or 35 more of tier 3, and then after midnight we had general admission, because the way I program it is like automatically after midnight would go general admission tickets, you know. So But then I was like, well, we sold this in 20 minutes, so what's gonna happen? Because there's still people watching it, you know, there's still people trying to buy something, but they simply can't buy anything. So we created this hype and we are losing. So we need to find a way to sell something, you know? So, yeah, and the biggest I sold was literally last year on Halloween, which my target was 50 tickets. And I released the event at like 10 a.m., promoted all day, and by midnight, I remember I sold 50 tickets. So I was like, man, last year compared with this year, you know, last year took me a whole day to sell 50, and this year we sold 130 in 4 hours, you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, I was happy, you know, I was really happy.
Yeah, progress for sure.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
Just with that information, this is gonna be a sweaty Thursday.
Yes,
Sweat.
This is gonna be packed sweaty. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but
Wow.
it's great. Alright, so tomorrow I'm supposed to post about this, and actually tonight I'm supposed to go and work on it, because we want it, like, I always wanted, if I know I'm gonna make more, if I know more is happening before, I always wanted to like give away a different experience, you know? So we rented extra equipment for this Thursday particularly. So you know, the CO2 pipes that throw like compressed cold air, basically is what it is. And I told the owner he was down to get more, since it's gonna be Thursday, Friday, Saturday. His club is gonna be popping all 3 days, you know, hopefully, you know, but like at least Thursday I knew I was gonna be good. So I willing with him to cooperate on a deal. So instead of having just the gun that we usually have, he rented like 6 more of those. You understand?
Yeah.
So that's like some like, that would be
Oh
some
my
like
goodness.
festival experience right
That's
there.
dope.
Because also you need tanks for them, and we ordered like 20 tanks, and each tank is like half a ton. So I don't know what is like 1,000 pounds, I guess. Is around that 1,100 pounds. So like 10-15,000 pounds of CO2.
Bro.
So that to cool down everything, like. And like I'm just thinking, my friend Diego, who's gonna press that button, and you press that button for a second, and the whole club explodes, and then
Just drench everybody.
yeah. That's a really cool button, you know, to
Yeah, it
press.
is. Yeah, it is.
That's so
Yeah.
much CO2.
Yeah.
That's gonna keep us cool, but it's gonna be foggy.
Yeah,
That'll be
it's gonna.
that's gonna be spooky in a
it's
good
gonna-
way.
Yeah, you know. Yeah.
Well, where's it happening? This Thursday.
So this Thursday is gonna be at Rhythms, and after that, since we already rented this equipment and it's always cheaper to rent it 2 days, I was gonna take some and I was gonna organize a party at Epoca 2 downtown at Capital District. So the big party is Thursday, and then a smaller version that will be 21 plus. That's gonna be on Friday, you know.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's a good weekend, dude. You're
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
die
excited,
after
you
that.
know
Oh
what
my
I mean?
goodness.
Yeah.
That's gonna be great. That's
Yeah.
so cool. I'm for one am excited. That's
Oh,
gonna be a
most
good
definitely.
show. And this whole weekend is so full of events. Like on the 31st, there's a giant warehouse event downtown with a bunch of local DJs. We've got your thing Thursday. We're playing at Rhythms Reverb this weekend.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I saw Nick. Nick has a show there, right?
Yep.
Voyager Sounds. Yeah.
I love Nick.
Yeah, that's dope. That's
He's
dope.
so great. Nick is so supportive. Like even
Yeah.
from day one, when we started actually like playing shows, he immediately was like, "Yeah, come play." We played at New Year's at Reverb, and I was like, "Oh my
That's
God.
nice.
Did you
That's nice.
play at Reverb on New Year's, or maybe you had something else going on? You might have had something else
Me?
going on."
Yeah. I was at Berry's in Lincoln last year on New Year Eve. Yeah, but because this is how it started. Because I went to Karma one day because I looked on the internet. Okay, it's this new place open, blah blah. So I was like, okay, I'm from Romania. I want a nightclub. You know, that was the first thing that attracted me. You know, because like I saw Karma and I saw that nightclub. I was like, okay, like in Romania, there's no lounge, cantina, exchange, like Capital District.
Yeah,
Like, what's
yeah.
that? You know, it's like Ego nightclub, Fratelli nightclub, you know, the name and then nightclub after it. So I was like, okay, this is what I want, nightclub,
Yeah.
you know. I was like, let's go to a nightclub, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, like Parliament, you go Parliament, you know, not nightclub, you know, it's a place to
It's a
have
club.
fun.
It's just not a night.
Nightclub, yeah, a place to have fun.
The
you know?
vibe is different. Like you still go and you dance at night, but it's
Yeah.
not like
Nightclub
dance music.
experience.
It's not dance music.
Yeah.
It's it's club music.
Club
but it's,
music, yeah.
It's just that dance, that
The
upbeat
dance,
dance
the lights.
versus where you kind of just want to groove a little bit, you know?
Yeah, yeah. So I go to this place and I bring a USB with some music like randomly. You know, I'm like, hey, like, what if, whatever. You know, like
You gotta have an emergency.
You know,
flashlight.
yeah. So I go to Nick and I'm like, hey, like, I'm a DJ. I'm from Romania. Can I DJ a little bit maybe? And man, like, I feel like that's how you know it's like a good person and a good DJ, you know, because like this is what I experienced when I found like DJs that are not that good persons or not good enough DJs. They won't let you touch anything or nothing, you know. They'll be like, hey, who are you? Get out, you know what I mean?
About it, kind of.
Yeah. But I feel like if you are good and you get to a level when someone comes to you and is like, hey, can I play a little bit? I'm like nobody trying to be someone. I feel like the good persons would always be like, okay, you have everything you need? Like, can you hop in on what I have right now and play your music? And I was like, yeah, like he has CD players. I was like, I have record box, I have everything, bam bam. And he was like, okay, try it, you know? And then you see if the guy is good or not, you know, if the guy is bad, is not doing, and good or bad, in my opinion, is like people that are dancing that are still staying to dance, or when you started, they left. You know what I mean? That's how I would judge it, you know?
Yep.
So like, if that person comes to me and is like, hey, I want to DJ, I'll be like, okay, try it. Do you know how to use this? And if they know how to use this and they get the people dancing, I'm like, okay, let's dance together, you know, let's DJ together.
Agreed.
You know, I would always want to see what someone else does, you know, like I'm doing this every day, you know. I'm not gonna every day for hours, every hour, you know. Someone with a new opportunity, you can always maybe learn something, you know. So I'd be like, yeah, try it, you know. But other people, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it's their only time they DJ in their life and they don't let you touch anything, you know. So when I met good DJs, they always been like, okay, let me see what you got, you know. And then after a while, it'll be like, okay, let's get that together, or oh, thank you so much, you know. But they always let me DJ, you know. But when I met someone that was not that professional or not that good, they were like, whoa, what are you doing here? Even at house parties or other places too, you know. So when Nick let me play, I was like, man, this guy good, you know. Like, damn it, this guy is really good, you know.
Yep.
He's a cool guy, yeah.
Shout out to Nick.
And not
Hyde,
even
you're
just
great.
good, but like he's been around long enough to know like that you can't, like if someone hasn't got a shot before, that you like you need to give them everyone needs a shot to see if they're good or not. Like you could be turning away serious talent by not letting, like listening one time.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
If you listen one time, you don't like them, you don't ever have to let them play again. But like if you like it, like you could be literally like adding to your repertoire, like for your shows, for everything immediately. So and that's pretty much what happened. Like,
you know, it turned out really good, that one.
Yeah, I agree completely. Yeah, he
And it kind of happened with you guys too. Like Nick let you guys play at a couple shows, and then after that, you know, it was like, hey, we saw you guys at at the Reverb, or like, you know, at that show, and then at the Gummy Awards, and then
waiting room, all that.
Yeah, like
all the ones he's gotten us for. It's been so kind. Like, and I want to extend that to others too. Like people I don't get to see play much, or people I find myself even being inspired by that are like newish to the scene. I'm like, bet.
Yep.
Like I want to give other people the same opportunity that people have given me, and I'm always going to be open arms about it.
And that's,
like it's all
big
love
about
here.
the scene. That's that thing that we're like, we try to integrate into the underground scene and into the scene that kind of gets left out in that business aspect of like the EDM scene in America versus like the original scene in like, you know, Europe. Like where it's like everybody should be getting a shot. I mean, they want to see what everybody has. It's, you know, it's all, the unity piece is huge. So that's what I agree with.
We're all just doing the same thing. We all want to make people dance and have
a good time.
That's it.
Exactly.
Everybody just wants to have fun.
Yeah, that's really it. That's what it comes down to. Like, if I get paid for it, cool. But that's never what I'm like. That's not what I'm doing it for.
Yep.
Like, I'm doing it for the music. And the people.
Exactly. Yeah, completely agree with it.
Amen. Yeah, shout out to Nick Hyde, Voyager Sounds. He's great. We just produced a track with him, our new rap song. Yeah, it's an interesting scene we have, and I feel like now more than ever, like a lot of people that have been making stuff during COVID and they haven't been able to play it, everybody's like, time to go. Yep, I've been waiting like 8 months. I want to feel some bass in my chest. Like let's get it.
Absolutely.
For real.
That's how the podcast even started. It was like March and there was nothing to do, and I was like, wait, nobody has a podcast that has EDM DJs on it from the Omaha area or Lincoln or anything like that. Like there's nothing here for that. So I was like, okay, perfect. We're gonna
Let's do it.
Yep,
Let's do it.
Let's do it immediately.
Absolutely. Yep.
That's
exactly what
dope.
happened.
Mm-hmm.
That's dope.
Yeah, we're
Especially,
gonna.
it was actually during lockdown. Nobody, literally everything was closed. Where it was like, what can we even do?
Dude,
right now?
I
There's
know.
nothing else to do. It's like, well, I guess we're making a podcast.
Start it between the cheeks.
That's awesome.
A lot of inspiration comes when you just have time to sit and think, you know.
Yeah, for real. Well, do you? So what are you doing besides working on music, or besides working on DJing and putting on these events? Are you working on any music right now? I've seen a few of your Instagram videos of you making some stuff.
Yeah. So, I during quarantine I've been reading a lot about how to release it and what platform and budgets and stuff, and I feel like there are two types of people. I feel like there's some, and I think they're both good. You know, I think there's sometimes that like want to release more music and see which one has more success. I personally, personal preference, I like to like release maybe less, maybe at this stage of my life I feel like this, you know. I feel like I want to release less, but I don't know, I'll say like maybe more properly. So I wanted the next, so that was my target. I wanted to get a bigger budget when I release a new song, to be able to expand my promotional range for it, you know, because like with $1,000 you can do like so much, you know. With like $10,000 you can do more, you know. If you get like 30-40, then you can like get like a big artist on your future, and then you can use him too to promote, and you have a way bigger range of a song.
True.
And a higher chance, you know, with like $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, then you know. And that was coming also part of the experiencing this with a lot of other artists that have like, I think they have extremely good music, you know, but if you don't really find someone to invest in you and send it out, I feel like it's really hard to get like a global range of
The traction isn't as easy to build.
Exactly, you know. So I started doing this, and basically I released the first track, you know, and we invested initially I think $300 to $500 in it, in making the video, everything that cost about production, you know. We didn't have to pay the studio likely, because that's what, like, we built it ourselves to have a studio where we can make the music for free, so we don't have to rent studio time.
Yeah.
You know?
Way cheaper in the long run.
Yeah, exactly. And then we had like music video, and then we did some ads on Facebook, so I had like 20 there. I was like, okay, and it didn't get that much, you know. And then we invested more in it. It went higher, you know. And then when the song already happened to get traction, and then we dropped more money into more promotion, and Spotify helped me like crazy, because I saw the specific city where the ads were like, where the music was like blowing up like 3,000 people listening a day. And for me it was blowing up, you know. For David Guetta maybe nothing, you know what I mean. But like for me it was blowing up. So then I went on YouTube, and all the ads that I created were based on the zip code from Spotify. So all the money from YouTube, we put $200 in YouTube in a worldwide audience, and the ads didn't have anything in return. Anything in return would mean like people that saw the song repeatedly listen to it or add it to their playlist or got some action back. You know what I mean? I would just get the 5-second stream, you know what I mean, which wouldn't even count most of the times because you need 30 seconds for it to count on YouTube. So a lot of the ads I created didn't get anything in return, and then it was like $100 that we put in Germany in that zip code specific that we were likely to know from Spotify, and the ad had huge return back, you know, like we got a lot more views and a lot more people adding it to the playlist and all that stuff. And then my idea came to promoting Romania music with budgets from America, but the song was already released 4 months old, so what am I gonna do, you know, be like, hey, I got a new song now, you know, it's 4 months old, you know. So then we produced another song, it was called Take Me Back, and we made this track, and we put the exact same budget in ads, and we had more knowledge about how to create ads in Take Me Back, and Take Me Back got like maybe 30,000-40,000 streams, and in the Darkness got like, I think right now is like 500,000 on like cross platforms, maybe a little more, you know. So awesome. Yeah, so I was like, okay, you still need momentum for the song to be good, you know. You just, and then if you have the budget and the luck, like combination of 3, then definitely gonna work. Definitely gonna, in my opinion, it has to work, you know. So the next project that we were working is I tried to create a lot of like samples, demos. I'll say demos. Here we go, demo. That's the word. And send it to big artists like J Balvin, I don't know, Shakira, or stuff like that, you know, and see like. And maybe not just to them, maybe to their managers or through their lawyers or through their promo guy or sister manager or something, you know, somehow to get someone to sing on it something in exchange of the price, or at least get in touch with someone. You know what I mean? That was the whole purpose. And then we keep, it's tough because these people don't have time for you when you're not big, you know. So like I always wanted like the next song we're getting done, I always wanted to be like something big, you know what I mean? So that's why we've been trying. We had a lot of demos, but we didn't even really want to release it. We had the budget ready, then lockdown hit, and then we had to spend some of that budget on the lockdown because we had no more funds coming in. You know, so then I was like, okay, we can't do this. Then we recovered, we made the budget again, and we were supposed to go to LA to make this song with Sonia is her name. She's a big Romanian, half Australian artist. So it helped me get, that lives in LA, right?
Yeah, that's an interesting combo.
Yeah. She works with some big people. She worked with 808 Mafia Boss. She worked with J Balvin. More, that's like Latin industry. She worked with Sean Paul. Like she has songs with them. And one of the sound engineers that's in LA is Romanian fully too. But like it kind of helped because she's half Romanian, so that guy met her, and then they grew up each other, you know. And they kind of let me get friends with them a little bit just because I was Romanian, and we had a common friend that was really good friends with them and really good friends with me because I was playing tennis, like completely off the, you know what I mean? And then I got in touch with this girl, and then I was like, okay, we have the budget to come make the song, but the problem is that it was that Black Lives Matter event where the riots everywhere, exactly at the moment I was supposed to record the song and make a video for it. So that plan was like, okay, this is the second time we're trying to do it and make it big, and this goes pss. So my third try is November 6th, and I don't know, I'm really nervous because like I'm so excited about it in case it's gonna happen, because like we got a great song. It's a more Latin based song, and I'm very excited about it because we got the budget, we got a good promo plan, we got a featured artist. We just need nothing crazy globally to happen. You know what I mean?
Crossed, nothing happens.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it's like 1 week, you know, like that's it. And she's a singer, okay? So she's very emotional, you know, like she puts a lot of emotion in her music. So it's very hard for her to focus when so much outside is happening, you know.
Yep.
So she was like, okay, I'm in the peace of mind to do it, let's plan on it November 6th. So that's the plan, you know what I mean?
Hey, hopefully it all goes well, man. That's crazy. Like, and half Australian Romanian singer that lives in LA, and another Romanian like sound engineer that met up with her, and then you guys, like, that's perfect.
Yeah.
That's such a small world, but like in such a cool way.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That's so sweet. So check that out whenever he decides to release that, and that's all done. It sounds like it's going to be great.
Yeah, hopefully.
So we're looking forward to it. I gotta know too. What are your musical influences? Like, who influenced you as an artist?
Oh my god, that's crazy, man. So, I was always like jealous in the back of my mind a little bit, but that's cool because it always been motivating me. Because Martin Garrix, I've been following Martin Garrix for a long time, and if you think in reality he's just a year older than me, you know, it's not that much big of a difference, you know.
Right, yeah.
And when he was playing like Ultra in 2016, and then I was like not even into music, like I was just listening to Animals and I was just watching Tomorrowland, maybe live stream one episode harder or some stuff like that, maybe one video, and then I see this guy playing in front of a festival, and I was like, man, I want to go to the festival, but at the same time I want to DJ too, you know. And then I keep following him, and I'm always thinking like, this guy is so much bigger, but he's like a year older than me, you know. So he managed to do it, so like I need to find a way to do it, make it too, you know what I mean? So I've been following him, and then I've been following a lot more like similar, but I don't know, I would consider myself like decently mainstream, because it's like the mainstream part of the festival. You know what I mean. That's what I personally liked more, but for myself, you know. But I love to go to like all type of events, you know. Like one time it happened this like last 2 years to get booked to play like a dubstep event, you know. And it was crazy because like, so this guy has had one dubstep event. It was like, I don't know, maybe not that packed. And then they had the second dubstep event, and then they were like, okay, we saw GriG is bringing a crowd, so let's book him and let's put him to headline. But I'm like, well, everyone that's playing before me is not DJing close to what I DJ.
Yeah.
And there's no way I can go and tell those guys, like, I have to adapt. I'm the problem. I'm the minority here. You know what I mean? I'm the minority here. And then I was like, I can promote. Definitely I can promote. But it was very stressful because, like, okay, if I promote, the people that come to hear me will come there earlier than me, and then they will hear this type of music. They might not like it and they will leave. So then I lose long term, and then they lose too, because by the time I DJ will be no one there, you know. So it was challenging, you know, because like I had 2 weeks to figure out what's up, how do I make dubstep music, how can I make edits dubstep music, how can I DJ a 150, how do I DJ a 75, and these people like, okay, and have like an hour set, and then find a way to promote in underground community, which was like completely different, you know, than because like the way I promote right now with like college night and EDM and stuff is like a lot of like Snapchat, like I would say like childish things, you know, more childish, you know what I mean?
A lot more mainstream, like outlets,
yeah. So then I was like, okay, I have to promote that, but like luckily it turned out well, and I was surprised because I enjoyed it, you know, like I enjoyed it a lot. I think the main thing was that the people were having fun, so I think that was what was feeding me, you know.
Yep.
Not necessarily the type of music. The EDM mainstream came more in hand to me, you know what I mean? But
Exactly.
when I saw people having fun, I had just as much fun as I have on Thursday, you know what I mean? Like it was
That's
dope.
important. That's the important part.
Yeah.
That's so that'd be such an interesting thing to get booked for a dubstep show to headline, and you're like, guys.
You know, and like I don't want to turn off the gig, because like this is amazing for me, because I can get a new crowd to know me, and we can still make some money over there, and we can still have a party to DJ, like. And we got the headline, like, what? Am I going to turn down the headline because it's not my style? You can't do that,
No.
you know? Like, you have to adapt. I feel like these guys either didn't know that much about me, either really wanted to challenge me. Like, what out of the, you know what I mean? Like, let's see what GriG does right now. Is he going to, like, mess up everything? Or can he, like, does the... So yeah,
Dude, same thing happened to us, but it was in reverse. So like we were headlining the warehouse event, the last warehouse before it got torn down on like 16th Street. It was amazing warehouse, but we were lucky enough. A guy named Cubit, who's an amazing producer and friend, he was like, you know what, we'll give you guys a shot. Play at 5 a.m. and it was still packed at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
But you're gonna be on the house stage. So we're like, oh shit, how do we do this?
how do you do this? Yeah.
But we got a bunch of house music, and then halfway through, Reese was like, hey, you know what? Let's just play this song and see how it goes. So he just changed it completely to dubstep, like on a good transition, and then everybody started going crazy, and we were like, all right.
Okay, that's
Fine.
it for now. Yeah,
We'll take it.
We'll take it.
But yeah,
that's good.
That's always nerve-wracking, though, because you're like, am I going to fail completely, or is this going to
Yeah.
go well? But
Yeah,
it went well for both
It
of
went
us.
well.
So,
Yeah, that's good. That's really good. That's really
You know?
good. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I love Martin Garrix.
Yeah.
His song "In the Name of Love" is still probably one of my favorite songs of all time. It's so
That's
pretty.
cool.
It's
That's
so
cool.
pretty. It's interesting too how like we can both be very into EDM but have like completely different types of music we listen to and like.
Yeah.
Like I'm much more like hard dubstep and rhythm and things like that, and you've got like a much more like big house feel to you, like European house kind of, which is sick, which is sick. But it's cool how we can both love the same thing and like love completely different parts of it.
Yeah, I think it grown up so much in so many genres that it's like a really big community, you know, like from what it was and how it's growing, and there's like room for everybody. As he said, like this unity thing where it's like everybody, you know.
Yeah,
what
exactly.
I mean? Like no matter that much type of music, you're going there to have fun and dance, you know what I
And
mean?
the people are really the great part. Like everybody has that same mindset of just wanting to go have fun, have a good time, like hear great music no matter what type of EDM it is, but just like great music, great people, and that makes an event. That'll make or break an event. It's so good. Well, guys, thank you again, GriG. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. It was great. Definitely come Thursday to Rhythms. It's going to be amazing.
Yes.
A bunch of CO2,
You will
a bunch
see
of
us
great
all there.
people. Yeah, well, I'll be sweaty, so like.
He'll be so sweaty.
Shout out to you guys for listening and tuning into this podcast. Shout out to Anchor. You can buy our merch on Teespring. All of those good things. Shout out to Matsunami Corp. So thank you again, and we hope you all have a lovely night. So thank you guys.
Yep, thank you again, GriG.
No problem. Thank you too.